Distortion is evil, it's a truly wicked effect, meant for wild rockers. They just start spinning it like that. The tongue drum is really about extreme styles. For the good vibe tongue drum rockers, now we need to extract their sounds, try mixing everything a little bit. I'd also like to play a local rock song. Get ready, it is about to get intense. Hello everyone!
Hello.
I'm Alex, and today I am here with Mikhail as we explore connecting tongue drums to different effects pedals. But honestly, it's like playing with kids' toys because our friends sent us a whole set. The effects are different: fuzz, delay, filter, chorus, phaser, distortion, and reverberator. And we're connecting all of them to this new Wave 15, an electroacoustic drum with a jack. In this video, you'll hear how a song by the Russian Korol band sounds when played with different effects and various combinations of these sound pedals. It's gonna be later. Oh, starting with the heaviest. Fuzz pedal, this is a popular effect. It lets you achieve the trendy, thick stoner or sage sound as they call it, or a singing rock blues tone, rich in harmonics. Now the clean signal from the tongue drum.
Yes.
I turn on fuzz.
Wow.
It's like when the pedal is pressed, it sounds way more interesting than when the sustain is open. You need to find some sound techniques to work with this effect. Well, yes. Let's try with a beat. I'm doing it like this, tapping. Pretty cool. We can probably come up with something. Chorus. Chorus creates a unison effect, making the instruments sound more voluminous and rich. Oh, a cosmic effect, like in a Soviet movie. Well, yes. Sounds like landing to another planet. These are the effects I love. They make it even more cosmic. Let's add some detune. So what happens is some harmonic distortion too, right? Yeah, it already sounds pretty weird, but might be interesting though. That could be used in a Soviet cartoon. Let's just turn off detune completely and deal with some other parameters. Slight adjustments. The speed of sustains following the taps is increasing. Impact after wave increases. That's the maximum speed, right? And the depth? I'll turn up the depth a bit. Let's set the speed to the middle and twist the depth. That is the maximum depth.
That's the middle.
Let's try it with a beat.
All right.
Look, we have a switch from chorus to vibrato. Let's try, that's vibrato. Let's listen without a beat first. Yeah. This is a purely cosmic chorus. Exactly, and you said it's cool how the cosmic vibe of the tongue drum just gets emphasized or highlighted by this effect. Yes, I think we can experiment further.
Something like that.
Lo-fi. Now I've just noticed this. It kind of distorts like a vinyl record. Relax music. Now the delay. This is a true digital delay device. The pedal creates a delayed signal and overlays it onto the original, allowing for various effects, from short slapback echoes to repeats of entire musical phrases. Let's give it a try. Okay, so I hit the note and it repeats several times. We can adjust how many repetitions there are, I believe. You turn it, let's see.
Come on, yes.
That's the replay button or knob. The number of repeats. Let's set it to the maximum. I'll just play a little. It says the tempo immediately. Let's try another setting. The other parameter is time. I'll turn it off for now. But the time controls the delay tempo. It's like an instant spring. Let's set it. Let's tweak it a bit. It just changes the tempo or how the sound repeats. You've never played like this before. Well, yeah, you can turn it a little. I'll set it to around 11. I always observe that when you turn the delay's time knob, such distortions appear. Such distortions, yeah. Yes, now take it off a little bit.
Impressive distortions.
When we play with delay, we create new tunes because the notes repeat after a while and overlay onto the original. It's like creating tunes you could never physically play alone, only on two instruments at once. Let me try to play something like that now. Delay, for me, enhances the sound of the tongue drum, its cosmic vibe. Yes, I really love playing with it. It's like you're playing together with someone else. I think combining delay with chorus is just reverb pretty good too. I absolutely love playing with the delay. Digital reverb. The versatility of the pedal produces a wide range of sounds, from a light transparent echo to a cosmic deep volume with a long decay of repeats. That is, in essence, it creates the effect of some kind of large cave room, depending on what settings you adjust. Ah, it's turned off now. Turning it on. Yeah, it works with space. It can make the sound more or less voluminous. And we call it just reverb or river for short. We use it constantly in tongue drum recordings, when we're recording tracks and so on. We add space around all instruments, vocals, guitar. They sound more voluminous and rich. Although the tongue drum itself has a good natural reverb because of its ball shape. For example, listen to this sound. Let's hear it dry. Yeah, look, it's dry. And now compare that to how it sounds in a cave.
Yeah, you can still tweak it more.
Let's try a few different settings. Should I turn the signal down?
All the way.
Ambient like. This is also kinda in the realm of chorus and space. Yeah, space, but for real. Using the tongue drum for this is awesome. It gives such a smooth sound. Reverb and delay are the most common effects. Actually, some amps even have built-in reverb, especially guitar combos. It's one of the most popular effects because if you connect an electric guitar directly into an amp, it sounds dry. Adding reverb instantly transforms it, like you're performing on a huge stage. And with the tongue drum, if you connect it directly into an amp, it sounds just as great. Add a little reverb, and it creates a sense of space. It can evoke something primal, like something big is happening. You hear it, or you're in a small room with echo, or on a big arena, or in a cave.
It makes you want to play around with it.
Right now it sounds super cool. I think reverb is a must-have effect for the tongue drum, especially if you're performing live on stage or somewhere else. Basically, you should always add reverb. It's almost always a good idea. Yeah, so fun. Are you talking about the tongue drum?
Yes.
Right, with any instrument though. A little reverb is always a good idea. For those who mainly play the tongue drum, effects like reverb and delay are the first I'd recommend. It really enhances immersion. Distortion is evil. It's a truly wicked effect meant for wild rockers. I don't know why they sent us it to the tongue drum players, but we'll check it out anyway.
Get ready, it's
Especially
about to get
extreme
intense.
genres. The pedal produces a thick and powerful sound, perfect for various music styles. The tongue drum is really about extreme styles. So basically distortion is a big overload. Overload of the signal, yeah. It appears when something's shorted out. A normal pedal, for example. Basically something kinda broke down. Something broke and an overload occurred. Rockers noticed this on the guitar and were like, wow, this sounds cool, I can play with it. Tongue drum, it sounds... Distortion adds a lot of volume to the signal. And the same volume level with distortion already becomes overwhelming, so it can be turned well down.
That's chaotic.
And that's pretty cool. You have to play it like the guitar, with short choppy notes. Well, the same story as with the fuzz here, because then you get a sustained note on the tongue drum, or actually a long pedal sustain. While it's sounding, it's rough and dirty. When you mute it, something very pleasant emerges. A jacket, Mike! It's like in that handicraft TV show. What if we do it like this? A jacket is a thing that goes over the tongue drum like a hat. It shortens its sound. It regulates, restrains, and changes the sustain of the notes. It creates a slight overload effect in an acoustic sense because the fabric starts to rattle. In an electroacoustic sense, it shortens the sound a little. I suggest listening to it without distortion. Just the acoustic sound.
Yes.
It's basically another form of distortion, but softer, more gentle. Perfect for rockers, for the good vibe tongue drum rockers. right, Mikhail, I need your help. I can't handle this alone. It really does sound like a cartoon. Let's try the distortion. Yeah, I think adding reverb here would be great. It'll add a nice touch. It's getting more interesting. The wave is shorter and less dirty.
A little more sensitivity.
And now we can start playing popular tunes.
Wow.
Not bad! It still sounded like a synthesizer from the 80s before, without distortion. And now it's even more electronic. Yeah, that's cool. What's on the left? That is, something changes in the phase of the signal. That stands for phase. The signal has amplitude, frequency, and phase. Yes, phaser creates a rotating sound effect, giving the instrument more depth and a special tonality. I know what it is. Welcome to the space. It's kind of similar to chorus, but it's more blurred, like more layered, like a choir. The phaser pedal takes the sound and just starts spinning it. We have 3 buttons here. One adjusts speed of the spinning effect. The second adjusts the depth, and the third controls the color of the sound. There's also a switch that changes the number of phase shifting chains and affects the tone of the instrument. We can fine-tune it. It can also be adjusted to the tempo.
That's cool. It feels more relaxed now. Awesome.
Well, now we need to take all of them and try mixing and connecting them in different combinations to assemble some sets, because it's wrong to just use one pedal alone. We do have our favorite one, it's phaser. The phaser effect, I don't see what that is. Reverb, delay, and chorus. So we're going to connect them now. Probably assembling sets of 3. Let's start with the first one. Let's put phaser first and reverb as the last one. It will create the tone here at the very end. Phaser will change the phase and delay will multiply the total effect. Just like that. Yeah. Slowly. I can't hear any changes. Here our phaser and delay are set to the middle numbers, but reverb is the thickest. So wild, it immerses you. I actually wanted to play a local rock song. A faraway cosmic tune. Oh, it sounds so clear now. Maybe a jacket? This will make it clear what is going on. Wow! Clarity immediately appeared. Very cool. Yes, I'll make a video. Signals from space, right? Now let's try distortion, phaser, reverb, and distortion, delay, reverb. We'll start with delay, distortion in action, and I will be gradually adding delay. It can be used effectively. Wow. All right, let's add some reverb. Oh. Cool. Oh, that's rad. Basically, what I've realized is that when there are effects like the jacket and so on, I began playing always with headphones. The sound becomes more immersive and the perception of playing changes altogether. I came up with something new, a kind of approach I've never used before. At some point, I got carried away with the tongue drum, and I think either you consciously sit down to invent something new, or when you just start playing randomly, it's more or less all familiar, all played out. But with these effects, the tone, delay, and reverb gave me a different perspective on these patterns. And simple tunes begin to blend and flow together. And I already want to develop it somehow, make it into a track. Yeah, that's already a lead or a solo line, right? Well, it's like some kind of solo, right? We wanted to put phaser here instead of delay. Electric Cats are playing the song, and it sounds cool. It would be perfect in arrangements. Like drops. Reverb and delay are effects you can apply everywhere, on anything. And the rest, what we base the sound on, can be distortion, fuzz, phaser, or chorus. That can already change the sound a bit. Of course, you could try fuzz too, but I don't think it's fundamentally different from distortion. It's basically the same kind of effect as we understood, just adding a bit of overload. We can summarize simply. There are effects that emphasize the cosmic nature of the tongue drum, and effects that don't suit it at all, but not everything is so strict. For example, distortion, seemingly opposite to the purpose of the tongue drum, can be combined with effects like phaser, reverb, or delay, creating a completely different texture of music. Not just to emphasize the tongue drum, but to create something radically new. In essence, we're turning the tongue drum into a synthesizer, right? Yes, I'd also add that there are fundamental effects that highlight the tongue drum, like phaser, chorus, reverberator, delay, and make it sound more cosmic. As we found out, distortion and fuzz make it rougher. But in combination with our jacket, it works interestingly. It creates a playful moment, and without the jacket, it's more difficult. In the chain of pedals, if you sum it up, delay and reverb are effects you can use everywhere. Place them at the end of the chain, and gradually increase them as needed. Use reverb to soften, delay to add volume, and you can use phaser, chorus, or distortion as a foundation. Again, if you combine distortion and phaser, it will produce something new and cosmic. Without it, it becomes muddy with delay and chorus. Again, if you combine distortion and phaser, it will produce something new and cosmic. So, regarding these 5 pedals, if you have distortion, you don't need fuzz. If you have fuzz, you don't need distortion. At least in this particular case. Not that they're totally unnecessary, but they give roughly the same effect.
For guitars, these nuances are more noticeable. Plug a guitar into distortion and you get a sharp and heavy sound. With fuzz, it softens, while on the tongue drum, it's roughly the same, more or less dirty. If pedals were designed specifically for the tongue drum, they'd probably have characteristics based on the instrument's frequency range, with internal algorithms tailored accordingly to shape the signal. But since everything was originally intended for guitars, it all needs to be adapted to the tongue drum.